So the first thing that we do when doing the StoryCycle Genie is to build the brand brain. It is the framework from which all of our marketing and messaging is going to work. It is something that traditionally would be about 3 months of work, really heavy with an agency, going back and forth and having all of these meetings. And what we do is we create it in a couple of hours. And what you do first is you give it your website. I gave it my company, howellxr.com. I gave it some of the different writings that I had, and it said, cool, this is what I think your company does. And went through and explained it, did a really good job. And in the process, what I realized that I was missing is my story wasn't talking about creativity enough. And so I told the AI, I said, hey, this is really great. This is really solid. My clients want me to be solid. They want technical expertise, but we also need to have that creative flair. And we need to make sure that that comes apart in the story. The AI takes that all, it reformulates everything. And what it kicked out was just amazing at that point. And so some of the first few things that it looks at is it looks at your audiences. I had two audiences that were very similar, enterprise level companies and tech companies. And I had a second audience that was marketing and creative companies. And really the overlying theme that connects them all together is that they want a technical company that is very solid with what they can do, what they can trust, or what they can pull off. And the second piece was they need a company that can be creative, that can think outside the box, that can make ideas that challenge and bring them to life. And so looking at the different audiences and getting really clear about what it is they want, what it is they're afraid of, really gives you a very straightforward outline on how to talk to them. And of course, it gives that to you in ABTs, so you can think about the and but for framework that Park's always talking about, so that you can think, okay, where are they at? What's their big problem? How do we give them transformational change? The AI came up with a position statement for us. And the first time it did it, it said, Howell XR is the only company that can give you amazing XR experiences. And I thought to myself, well, a lot of companies can do that. We can't really claim that we're the only one that can do it. But it raised that question, what is the thing that we can do uniquely? What is the thing that separates us from everyone else? And in thinking about it, I realized that we have all of these different artistic experiences, all of these different ways that we create, all of these different ways that we relate to the world. And what we really do is we're the polymath approach. We bring all of these different pieces together to make something that hasn't ever been created before. So I just wrote that all up. I fed that to the AI, and the AI came up with this. Howell XR is the only full-service XR production company that brings a Renaissance polymath approach to vision realization, drawing from Hollywood production design, circus performance artistry, game development, innovation, and technical invention to transform concepts into unforgettable experiences that transcend single discipline limitations. And when you read that, you're just like, wow, that's it. That's what we do. And it comes out with your unique value proposition. For us, it was complete XR vision realization. Felt very strong. So you go through all these different pieces of it. You look at the emotional promise of what your company did. For us, it was empowerment. Empowerment was selected because it elevates beyond basic confidence into creative capability and strategic strength. It started at first with confidence. We were like, it needs to have a little bit more creativity into it. That's where confidence turned into empowerment. And at that point, we just felt like the AI totally nailed it. Our physical gift is wonder. Wonder represents both the creative experience Howell XR delivers and the emotional outcomes audiences feel when engaging with those experiences. Just felt like it nailed that. And it goes through and gives us different archetypes that really define us and help you figure out, the deeper kind of psychological layers with what it is that your organization's bringing to the world, what it is that your offering is, and what it is that is the outcome that your clients are walking away with going, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. And basically, it's just giving you this whole wonderful map with which to understand what it is you are giving to the world and how to say it very succinctly. And at the same time, it takes that map and it turns it into a brain for you so that you can then go and make content with it. One of the last little pieces in here is our brand purpose. Howell XR exists to empower innovators to transform their boldest XR visions into unforgettable experiences that reshape how audiences engage with ideas, products, and possibilities. Um, it goes through all these different pieces, and just with a little bit of refinements here and there, a little bit of conversation with the AI, by the time you're done, you really feel like you've got something that understands you, and you feel like you understand your company better than you did before. So let's just take a look at this. Is our first little piece of content that we created with it. This is the landing page to my website, Howell XR, parkerhowell.com, and it is Experience Renaissance. You want XR that hits hard, that transforms, that makes people stop and stare. But everyone said it's too complex, too many compromises. But we cracked the code. XR that awakens any vision, any reality, we've built them all. Augmented reality gameplay, VR training simulations, AI-empowered activations, robotic combat entertainment, mind-blowing motion visuals, main stage projection mapping, inspired cinematic direction. We are multidisciplinary masters connecting the digital dots across platforms. We've blazed the trail so we can help you craft the unimaginable. And that's it. That's the beginning of, we set it up, we built the brain, and now we're creating content that knows exactly who we are and what we want to say. And yeah, it took a process that, would be months and months and who knows how many tens of thousands of dollars to get to this place. And it did it in less than half a day. And we're already creating good content that really feels like it understands where we're going and what our clients want from us.
Technology is changing the world around us, creating new possibilities for humanity. But most people are stuck in an outdated vision of the future. And it's not a pretty picture. Therefore, it's up to us, the designers, to envision a more inspiring landscape. The innovators, to rethink interactivity. The storytellers, to give meaning to the sublime. At Howell XR, we help our clients pioneer new realities. From concept development through production, we create experiences that touch audiences on multiple dimensions. We started in entertainment. We grew into solving real-world problems. And now we help others reach higher levels of consciousness. The world is changing. If we don't build a better tomorrow, then who will? Let Howell XR augment your creative capabilities, leaving your clients spellbound.